All right, so this is a quick video on how I created the bot kill switch for my account. So in my business, we generate leads for local home service clients, and we use a conversational AI chatbot in order to qualify the leads. Now, I have a specific client that prefers to receive notification of the leads once they come in, so it means they're in an unqualified state and he wants to see them. So sometimes he calls them, which is a good thing for me. If he wants to call them immediately, I'm all for it. We're not doing the calling for them. We're just using the chat bot to automatically engage them and qualifying them automatically. So he wants to be able to shut off the bot whenever he's already manually qualified the lead, which is important so that there's not like conflicting messages going back and forth and it just loses some credibility and it kind of just seems like it's scripted and automated. So he wants to be ability to do that, but he has trouble going into the interface, whether it's on his mobile device or he's not near his computer. It's not intuitive for him to drag and drop an opportunity into like a stage that says, hey, turn the bot off, or it's not intuitive for him to go in and edit and add a tag in the mobile app. He just wanted an easy solution, so we created a solution for him. And what it looks like here is, as soon as he gets the notification that he has an unqualified lead, we inform him that the bot is active, and then we also provide this bot control link with every single lead. So every lead gets a unique link that just belongs to them. And when he clicks that link, it goes and it loads a form on his web browser that says, hey, this is the bot control for Joe Dirt. That's just an example lead name. And if he wants to turn off the bot, he just clicks this button and then the bot is turned off. Now, this is a simplified version. I do ask him 2 questions, and you can kind of customize this how you want, but the idea is to keep it as low friction and as as quick as possible for the client. But I do ask him, was the lead qualified, and did he schedule an appointment? So that way we can update our metrics and our reporting in GoHighLevel. So here's what we require. We're going to create a form, bot control form. We're going to create a workflow for that bot control form, and then we're going to create a trigger link. I'm going to show you sort of how to hack the trigger link. I guess it's not a hack, it's more of a feature. And then also I'm going to show you what you need to do inside of your lead intake workflow just to add this trigger link. I just may talk about this, but because your lead intake process is going to look different from mine. And here's some optional code I use to render this bot control for lead name right here. I say this is optional because I'm going to show you another way that you can do this that I don't prefer, but you may prefer if you don't want to mess with like custom HTML code. But if you wanted this code, you just go to pastebin.com, just click on this link or put it in your web browser, and you should be able to just copy and paste this code, and it'll work for you, and you can modify it as you see fit. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and come into this demo account. So here we're in Sites, Forms, Form Builder, and Testing, and this is what the form looks like. So we have 2 fields here, and a custom HTML, that's where that code is in. But if you notice, the full name and the email is hidden. Technically, we only need the email section, but I put the full name in there just so that I could show you guys something. But why are they hidden? That's because the trigger link that we create is going to automatically fill in this form with that information, and I hide it so that my client doesn't even modify it. Here is that custom code that's in here. That was in that document that I showed you. And if you preview this, you'll see that there's nothing in here, and you'll see that when we create our trigger link, we're going to put something in here, and I can kind of do so manually if I feed it a URL parameter, and you'll see that it'll automatically populate. Now, here's one way that if you don't want to use the custom code, let's say we just wanted to delete this, and then we wanted to unhide this full name field, we can just click Save. And then when we put in that full name URL parameter, you'll see it in here. So it'll automatically populate. Same thing. You could do this. I just don't want to do this because if the client modifies this in any way, it's going to modify the contact record inside GoHighLevel. So I just choose to use the custom code and go from there. Now, one thing you may be thinking is like, hey, why can't I just use a text block and then use the variables like contact full name, or it's like contact name in here. when I tested this, and this isn't going to be, you know, a live test because I'm not sending the email with the contact attached, but when I tested this, the variables don't actually render in here, so you have to use that custom HTML code in order to achieve it. So let's just go ahead and put that code back in. Let's copy that, and let's remove this. Let's rehide this, and then go back into HTML, edit, paste that in there. I like to remove the white spaces, save it, and then let's preview this. Save it. Let's refresh it. Cool. All right, that's back to original form. All right, so now we have the form. We can leave that alone. All we need now is the automation to go along with that form. So let's come in here. Let's go into testing. And I think I deleted it, so let's create it from scratch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say control form, and anytime. This is just a testing account, so I'm not really gonna get super pretty, but I do want to promote good habits. Move myself out of the way if I can. There you go. All right, so anytime that form is submitted, we want to add a tag, which in my case, the tag AI off will trigger a series of workflows to shut off the AI, or the conversational AI bot. I use CloseBot, but your system, if you're using Zappy Chat or the GoHighLevel Conversational AI feature, I'm not really sure how that works, or any other, you know, AI, conversational AI functionality, you probably have a similar workflow where it's like a custom field or a custom value. For us, it's a tag. For you, and maybe something else. Now, something I'm not going to highlight in here is the lead intake workflow, because everybody's is different. But let's say like you had a workflow where, you know, as soon as the lead came in, you notified yourself or you notified the client, whatever it was. We'll kind of go into where you put the trigger link so that they can have that link for every lead. So let's go ahead and build the trigger link out. So what I want to do is copy and actually for best practice, let's do this. Let's go back to sites. Let's go back to forms. Let's go in here, bot control, and then let's click integrate and let's copy the form link. Okay, let's go ahead and create this trigger link. So we'll go into marketing, trigger links. We will add, and then we will say bot control testing. You see I already have one in there, so that's okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add a URL parameter, two URL parameters, one for the name and one for the email, so that that form automatically gets filled out. And we will say question mark full name equals contact dot name, and then ampersand or and email equals contact dot email. So that should automatically fill out. Now there is a bug that I've noticed, and maybe it's fixed. It seems like it's fixed here, but like it was adding additional squiggly brackets, and if you do that, the symptoms are whenever you get that text message with the trigger link in it, you'll see that like none of the custom values actually populate. If that's the case, come back in here and make sure there's not an extra set of two squiggly brackets at the end. And I notice I misspelled this, so my OCD will get the best of me. Let's go ahead and save that. And cool, now we have a trigger link. Now I know I said I wasn't going to show you the lead intake, but I think it's probably best I do, just so that you know what I'm talking about. Let's create one. Let's just say lead intake. This is where you would be capturing leads initially. I'm just going to create one just so that we have something to test with. So you would obviously say Facebook form or whatever form it was. I'm going to leave that blank for now because this is just an example. Oh, I guess I can't leave it blank. Let's go ahead and click form submitted. It helps if I save it. Cool. Then we'd come in here and you'd probably have something like an internal notification, which is an SMS, where you would probably tell some user, all users, a custom number, you have a new lead, and then you'd probably give it like contact full name. Again, this is just an example, so don't kill me over this. Email, yada yada yada, and then here you would say, if you want to shut off the bot, click this link. So now you'd come in here to trigger links and then use your trigger link, and this is where you would throw it. So now anytime we get a new lead, somebody will get this internal notification, and in that internal notification, they will have the link to shut off that bot, the bot control link. And again, what that looks like in here is, hey, they have a new lead. Let's say they got on the phone with them, they qualified them manually, and they set an appointment. They would just go back to their text messages, look for that lead's name, click on the link, and that link will pull this up, and then they can go ahead and just turn off the bot. And once they click turn off bot, technically this is a form that's being submitted, even though it doesn't look like a traditional form because there's no fields on it. There are fields, they're just hidden. Once they click that, then it'll go to this workflow, the bot control workflow, in which it'll add the tag AI off, and AI off will go ahead in my system, turn off the AI. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I know that not everybody's using the same sort of systems and processes, but I think that this can pretty easily be adapted for most conversational AI bots. So again, if you wanted that custom code, here it is at Pastebin, and if there's anything we can do to help you in the future, just please shoot me a message or comment, or go to leadbrain.io and schedule a call with me. Thank you.